Hi everyone, welcome back to Programming Fields. I'm your host Umesh Rana and you are watching the React 19 Plus Laravel Full Stack Masterclass series. In the last episode, we built a protected dashboard in which users could log in and only authenticated users could access private pages. But we had not implemented a real logout functionality yet. We were only removing the token manually from local storage. And that means the token was still active on the server, and that is a serious security risk. So in this video, we are going to fix that properly by building a real logout system that revokes the token from Laravel backend, and this will clear it out from React as well. And immediately this will block all protected APIs. So let's get started. But before moving ahead, if you are following this React 19 Plus Laravel Full Stack Masterclass series, and if you have not subscribed the channel yet, please do subscribe now so you don't miss the next episodes, because after this, we will add token expiry and auto logout functionality. So let's jump to the code editor. And firstly, I will start creating an API from backend side. So here, after this profile API, I will create one more endpoint as logout, and this will have method as post because we are going to log out the authentication session, and also we will revoke the token from the backend. So I will name it as logout, and this will call the logout function. Now here also we will need this middleware to be added for this route. So better I will create one middleware group here inside this route : middleware, and inside this I will pass this middleware auth sanctum, and I will create one group. Okay, and inside this group I will add these routes. So let's create one function and let's pass these two routes inside this. Now here we don't need to add middleware separately because we have added a middleware group. So let's remove this. Okay. This is done. Now let's define this function inside auth controller. So here firstly I will add one comment as auth or protected routes. Okay. Now let's navigate to this auth controller, and after this user profile function, I will create that logout function. So simply I'll copy this entire function here and I will change this to logout. This will be function logout. Now inside this, we will have to revoke the token from the database. So what I will do, firstly I will put dump ndi request user, because we have already fetched the authenticated user data based on request user, and this will fetch the user based on the given token in the headers. So after this request user, I will call one function as current access token function. This function will return the current access token for this user. So I will quickly jump to the Postman in order to test this. I will duplicate this API endpoint. I will change this as logout. Let's change this method to post. And here in the headers, we had this authentication token, right? Now if I'll try to send this API request, in the preview, we received the authentication token. Okay. So this authentication token is saved into the database. If I will jump to the database, so I will search for database.sqlite. Here we have this personal access tokens table, and in this we have the users token saved. We have this tokenable type, so this is storing the token for the user, and we have this tokenable ID in which this is storing the user ID. So I have generated tokens for two users. The first one is for user ID 1 and another is for user ID 4. if I will show you users table here, I have this user ID 1 and this 4. Now let's say if I will log in through this user ID 3 and we have this email address as newyuser@test.com. So I will jump to the postman and here I will log in through that email address. So we have newyuser@test.com and we have the common password as 123456. If I will resend this login API request, yes, this has returned the authentication token for this user. Now I will jump to the database and I will show you that personal access tokens. So here we can see now this has generated the authentication token for this user ID 3. So now in logout, we will have to delete this authentication token from this personal access tokens table so that this token will be revoked from the database, and also thereafter we will revoke that token from the front end. So here we will have to remove that token from this front end application as well. So let's do it step by step. Firstly, I will remove this token from the backend. So I will use delete function here, just like this, and I will remove this dump and die. This is not needed. So this current access token will be deleted from here. Now I don't want to return any data. Instead, I will return one success message only. So I will return as user logged out successfully. This is done. Now I will jump to the postman in order to check this functionality. So currently in this logout functionality, I had passed the token for the user ID 1. So let's continue for this logout functionality with this user token. Okay. So I will click on resend now. And yes, I received success message as user logged out successfully. Now if I will jump to the database, and that token got deleted from here, but we are not able to find that because we had multiple tokens for that user. So in order to identify that better, let's use this last generated token for this user ID 3. So we had already generated this token now in this login API. So let's copy this authentication token and let's navigate to this logout API. And here in the headers authorization, after this bearer, I will paste that token. Now I will resend this API request. And yes, this user got logged out from this system. Now if I will show you the database, here we can see that entry got deleted from this table. Now if we'll try to resend that API request, this will throw unauthenticated error because that token does not exist in the database. Now in order to work with that, again we will have to generate the token for this user. So this is working properly. Now we have to implement this logout functionality in the React application. So for that, we will have to add one button in the React application. So what I will do, here lastly we created this dashboard component. So if I'll show you the front end, we had this dashboard in which I displayed the username and email, right? So here I will add one logout button. So here after this name and email, I will add one button. Okay. And I will label it as logout. Now I will style this button by adding some classes. So I will set bg red as 500. Text will be white. And I will set some padding from X and Y with rounded border. And hover bg will be red 600. Now if we'll navigate to the browser, yes, we have this logout button. I will give some margin from top as margin top 4. Okay. And also I will set cursor as pointer. This is fine. I'm not styling this much. Okay. Now let's quickly implement the logout functionality on this button click. So firstly, we'll add one on click event on this button. So we'll add on click, and here I will add one function directly as logout. Now I will copy this function name, and here I will define this function. This will be for logout. So I will define function as const logout, and I will define it as fat arrow function. And inside this, we have to make one API call. So for making this API call, I will make this function as async. So I will add async, and inside this, again I will use try catch block. Okay. And in the catch block, I will simply console error. Now inside this try block, we'll have to make the API call. So for that, again I will use fetch function that we had already used here. Okay. So inside this fetch function, I will pass that API endpoint. So I will copy it from this post main, and I will paste it inside this fetch function. Now in the second parameter, I will define method property. So this time we are going to use post method that we had already defined in this. Okay. So for that, I will pass method as post, and also we will use headers because we have to pass the existing token in this. And inside this headers, we'll pass the authorization. So we will have to pass the token here in the form of bearer. So again, we will be using backtick, and I will pass bearer, and we can extract the token from local storage. So simply I'll use localStorage dot get item function, and I will get the token from there. This is done. Now we'll have to make this fetch function to await so that this async will be working properly. Now let's capture this API response. So I will define one variable as const API response again. And here I will use the same if condition. Okay. So I will copy these lines and I will paste it here. Here we have added this condition as if API response.status is 401, then we'll have to remove this token, and this will set the page as login. Same thing for this success response. I will set the page to login, and here on successful logout, I will remove the token from the local storage. So I will use localStorage dot remove item, and we have to remove the token. That's it. Okay. Here we don't have to store this response because we are not doing anything from this API response. So this is done. Now let's navigate to the browser and let's click on logout. Yes, on logout, this made one API call, and now I have redirected back on the login component. Now if I will inspect it, and if we'll show the application, and here this local storage token got removed. Now we cannot see that dashboard component from here because we don't have the token stored. Now let's retry to log in with the different user this time. So I will use this new user @test.com. Password is same. Let's click on login. And yes, I have logged in now, and the token got stored in the local storage. Now, if I will refresh this page, still I'll be active on the dashboard page because I have logged in and this token still exists. Now, if I'll click on logout, this token got removed from the local storage and this has redirected back to the login page. So this is working properly. So that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we will add token expiry functionality in the backend because this token has no expiry time. So this will stay active longer. So even if the user does not log out, the app will automatically log them out. So this is how real application protect users. So if this video helped you, like, subscribe and comment so I know you are following this series. So once again, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next episode.